Hey Yavna students! Today we're going to be doing a project inspired by the art of Roy Lichtenstein. He was an American artist who's famous for being part of the pop art movement, and pop art is short for popular. So he and a few others like him, that maybe you heard of, Andy Warhol, Klaus Oldenburg, so they painted things that were popular. And you'll see what I mean when I show you more of his artwork. So he actually, just like many artists in the 1950s, they were just learning about abstract expressionism. Jackson Pollock, maybe you've heard of him, he dripped paint all over, and they just kind of had a very wild and way of painting. Was a lot of emotion, a lot of expression, a lot of movement. And so he started off painting like that, and actually his son said to him, "I bet you can't paint this." And he showed him a picture of a comic strip with Mickey Mouse. And that inspired him to start making paintings that were the opposite of abstract expressionism. So this is a painting of a comic with Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. And what he tried to do was the opposite of what the abstract expressionists were doing. And instead of making paint that looked thick and gloppy with lots of movement, he tried to make his paintings look like a machine printed. You can't even see a brush stroke. It's just so smooth, and it really looks like a blown up machine made comic painting. So to show you, this was an example of what he was making before. So he liked to study in art history, he liked to study, historical paintings, and he made this. So this is his version of this painting of George Washington crossing the Delaware. So you can see why his son thought that maybe he couldn't paint so well, because this does kind of look like childish art, but really he was very talented. So he started making just paintings of everyday objects. And it's kind of funny, he made a painting of an advertisement for a dish sponge, and we see it cleaning all the little black specks. This is a baked potato. Here we have a woman showing how a garbage can works when you press on the pedal and it lifts up the lid. So these were things that were popular in the 1950s, and he made paintings of them. And just to point out, they're not very colorful. He tried to limit it to, black outlines, white, red, and blue. So red, yellow, blue, and white, and black outlines. So the primary colors with black and white. So not very colorful, just very cartoon-like, focusing on things that were just popular in everyday life. And so another thing that he did when he focused on these comic book paintings is he did a lot of these onomatopoeia, which are these words that kind of sound like they are written. So here we have on the cover, blam, like, there's like an explosion. And he did, wanted to show some samples on the iPad here. Whoops, sorry. Everyone's gonna see my code. So here we have another one of his paintings. So definitely doesn't look like a real explosion, like a comic version of an explosion. And we also see these dots that he used, because again, that's called Ben-Day dots. That's what comic books used. And they didn't really want you to see all the dots. From far away, your eye kind of blends it, so it kind of looks like more smooth, but up close you see all these dots. And he kind of emphasized this machine printer quality of art at the time that was made with a printer. Just a few more samples of, wait, let me see. Oh, here we see some samples of these onomatopoeia. So pow, blank, oops, taka, 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 wham, blam. So we're gonna focus on this part of his artwork. and I'm going to show you how to write words in bubble letters. Oh, this is something I did a few years ago with some second graders at Yavna, and unfortunately we don't have paint, so I mean, I don't know if you will have paint in your house, so we're going to do it a little differently. But here is just a Sharpie version of what you're going to be doing today. I'm going to teach you how to write letters in bubble letters and how to create all these different layers around the letters to kind of bring your attention to the center words, and then you can color it in however you want. Yes, Mikey? We're going to start now. So just a few more samples. I'm going to show you how to do this. If you think that this is easy and you want to challenge yourself, here are just some more examples of what you can do. You can try to make the words sound like, look like how it sounds. So zap, drip, you know, I added a faucet, vroom with a car, boom, and fizz. So just some ideas for you, but you know, I know you can think of some more on your own. So to do these letters pop, so this is the part where you're going to work with me now. Okay, Lucky Mikey, you can get your paper. You're going to use a paper and a pencil. And before you, so I'm going to show you how to do these letters, but you can use this and make any other letters. So you're going to write the letters very, very lightly on your paper, just regularly. So if I was writing pop, whoops, this pencil doesn't work. So if I was writing pop, just very lightly, because you are going to be erasing this, you're going to write the letters just normal, skinny, regular letters. So you can go and write the letters. Then you're going to bubble up around the letters and erase this eventually. So now I'm going to go around my P and inside my P, and then you can erase that skinny letter. So if you want to do something a little bit more interesting, a little bit fancier, a little bit with more, you know, pizzazz, you can do that. I'm just showing you how to do the simple pop. So here you go around the O and inside the O, and I'm doing this upside down, so I hope it looks normal. And then I'm gonna go around this P here and inside the P here and make an exclamation point, okay? And you're gonna erase the inside, erase the inside. And this is how I do bubble letters all the time. Sometimes I do a little different design, but I always very lightly write the letters how I want before bubbling them up. Then, if we look at Roy Lichtenstein's artwork, he had a lot of these interesting shapes around the word. So you can do like a zigzag design. Doesn't have to be even, like it actually is better if it's not even. So I'm doing a bunch of zigzags. And then, you know, if you want to do like more of like a cloud poof type of design. And then I don't have a lot of room left, so I'm gonna just do some like kind of like pointy triangles also to add to my explosion look, and then just some more lines all around. So basically that's it. Then you can go and trace it with a Sharpie and you can color it in. Treat this like a coloring page. And if you want to be like Roy Lichtenstein, you can stick with just the primary colors, black and white. So yellow, red, blue, and a black outline. If you want to try and do the Ben-Day dots and you have some paint at home, you could try to use a Q-tip and do some dots like that, or you could just color it in however you would like. And can't wait to see what you're gonna make. Bye.